Suck my ass, this is Stiff Oddcast. And we're back with the special edition of the Stiff Oddcast. We're here with Papaw. Papaw, what about these Christmas stories with the Polish?
Oh, I used to take them to the Christmas party. They didn't have no automobile. And I'd take them, and so we'd go to the party and get all our kids out and got a gift. Tammy and Debbie. Give nice gifts, too.
Nice. Sometimes they take over a movie theater and they'd have usually a Christmas
Lansing.
movie.
Lansing, Illinois.
Yeah, we go to Lansing, Illinois for that. You know, now the Polish people, most of them come back and come over here from the old country.
That's what Papaw was saying.
And they didn't believe in cars. They walked everywhere they went. They saved every penny they could spare and send it back to Poland to help their families that were there.
Sounds like what the Mexicans are doing now, though.
Well, it's a little different. They would share with anybody that needed food.
And
Polish
this is
were good people.
This was after World War II too,
Yeah,
so
this
this
is after World War II.
not too far after.
Oh,
They put their kids through
Yeah.
college that way, paid for it. They needed a car, they went and paid cash for it. Because they was under the suppression.
hold it a minute. I'll tell them about the card.
Yeah, tell them.
Leo, the old man I work with, his boy graduated out of high school, so Leo gonna get him a car. So you know what the boy wanted? GTO.
Oh wow! God.
They just come up.
Okay. Is it working?
Yeah, we're still.
Yeah.
He went down there. He told Tony, he said, pick out what you want. You want to shift the gear or what? I don't know nothing about them cars. He got the 4-speed. He got the works. GTO. He goes in to the dealer there. He tells the dealer, said, I want this car here. Well, so, you know how the dealer did. I told him to sit down and figure out the payments. He said, no, I make no payment. I want it on 90 days, same as cash.
No. See, they heard about the 90 days same with cash on TV.
Okay, was they get screwed out of this thing?
No.
No, you pay for it.
Listen, Dad, tell them how they do it, Dad.
You pay for it 90 days. You don't have to pay no interest or nothing.
Okay.
So, that dealer says, I never sold nothing like it before. He said, well, I got money to pay for it now, but I'm not going to. He said, I keep the money 90 days, I'll make a little bit more off of it before I give it to you. He said, now, if you want to sell it to me for 90 days, the guy said, wait a minute, I've never done this. He had to call the owner, I guess, in. And they questioned him. Leo's on, it's on the level. I don't buy nothing. I don't pay for it. So you write it up, you fix it up, we take it. 90 days, we come back with money. And they let him do it. And they said that's the first time they'd ever sold anything. What year was that, Alan?
That was in 67.
How much you say that GTO?
Well, at that time, anyway, back in 67, it was over $5,000.
Yeah, he bought the best one they had. About what Pontiac place down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I know the name of it, if I think.
So what, did you guys remember what color the GTO was?
No.
I guess the only thing that matters is the fact it was a GTO.
Yeah, it was what he wanted. He got the best stuff.
And you know, Tony took him to Kentucky down here vacation. He liked it.
Yeah.
He liked it, Kentucky.
He wanted to see what Kentucky looked like.
He was going to buy a little patch of ground after he retired. You know, that old feller lived over on Pine Street. He got started having headaches. Me and him was working on the crane, and sometimes he'd start one way and turn around and go the other. Had brain tumor. And I hated to do it, but I had to go up there and tell the boss, you know, you're going to kill.
He said he couldn't do it. He was going to hurt himself.
And Don Britton was the boss, and he called Leo. He hadn't been a boss long. He told him, He said, I know a good Polish doctor. Leo, you go. I'll get the address. I'll take you, he said. Let them check you out and see what's going on with you. And they did. They put him in St. Margaret's Hospital. Shit, a week, he was dead.
That's how it goes.
He had just went up there and getting his finding out how much he draw, you know. His retirement. He was 61 years old.
But he was been in a concentration.
Yeah, him and his wife both. That's where he met his wife at over there.
Back when the Germans had them.
So they were in the concentration. That's where they met.
That's where they met. Yeah. Oh well. That's pitiful. People up in this country that don't know how good they got. No
In
idea.
the concentration camp, the Germans, they would boil cabbage and potatoes together,
She was
all they would give them to eat would be the juice of it.
She was the cook there, and he was the labor. And he said they'd have you to go out moving rocks,
That's all they do, rock piles.
pushing with a wagon, you know, pushing with a wagon, right? A bunch of them loaded, and they said tomorrow they'd all tell you go back over and get them, bring it over here, just to punish you. And he said they shoot sometimes, put dynamite out. He said he never will forget that. And the big boss was over him. He said, I hated his guts. He said, they run us in a little shelter there, told them they're shooting dynamite. He said, as I went in, I picked up a rock. He said, when that blast went, I hit him right between the eyes. Said that he never tell me to get more rock.
He wasn't sure if
Yeah,
the blast done it or somebody.
Because that's good timing on that.
Yep.
But he said too that they was so starved to death, he would go 3 months without having a bowel movement. And when he did, it was the size of a marble.
Said about like that.
Dang.
They didn't get no fire.
They just got enough to, he said, I don't know how we made it.
What was that, Daddy? They used to promise them they get so much work
Oh,
out of
yeah.
Christmas time, they get
Tobacco.
cigarette tobacco.
You know, all that stuff. You get so many wagons a day for a week, you
Maybe
get
a pair of socks or something.
get you something for Christmas and
Then
some
they get
smoking
them to it,
tobacco.
and the Germans would.
And then he found out they wouldn't. He told the other guys, said, don't listen to nothing they say. Said they tell you all that stuff at work, what they want to get you to do more work, but they won't give you nothing.
Wow. So it's like false hopes. This
Yeah.
get some fire under you so you
Now,
can do
see,
some work.
he could confirm. You know, people said there wasn't no Holocaust and stuff. Now he could confirm. He's seen Jews piled up in boxcars.
He said his daddy and mama, before all that started over, had a few acres of ground. He had a cow and a horse.
They was all farmers most of
And-
them today.
And he said them Germans come over when they taking them, take his daddy's farm,
They lived on it.
took everything he had. And you know it over here when he worked at American Steel, old Bill Reitman, he was a German, and Leo never liked him. He said, this big mouth son of a bitch, he said, I don't like him. I won't never like the Germans, he said.
Well, I imagine after going through that kind of shit.
Well,
But
not all Germans were bad.
No,
but they had to go with. But but it's just the mental.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
He said, after you go over and weigh them bastards done the ones that they had, you know, said it turned you against that nationality, you know.
Right.
See, that's where we get hatred now in this country. People flash back to what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, as long as people keep rolling over like they're doing, like Papaw was talking about how, outside of the fact that everything's been outsourced, you got your unions are not even non-existent. As long as people keep turning on over,
It's like I told the
it'll be
boys,
just like that.
Alan, wait a few years, see how good these guys will have it with no union in their mind.
Well, they're going to find out real quick.
Well, the smart thing to do, since the coal industry now here is going to be shot, is to get the hell out of here.
You're going to go.
Exactly. And your options are
Doing
even
the
getting
same thing
slim.
anywhere it's coal and everything. The reason why they're trying to do that is so they could push the natural gas.
Yeah.
And anybody knows, natural gas, all you hear when you get a little leak is a bunch of people getting killed in neighborhoods.
Well, what I
Got the technology and would do it right, it would help. But
That's
this is coal country.
Yeah.
what I heard, they're just gonna talk until the president gets out. And they're gonna keep what they got. They're gonna build a gas plant, but they're gonna build a new one. They ain't gonna
Well, I want to tell you something. I've been a Democrat all my life, but anymore they're about the same, but at least the Republicans try to do something about it.
Democrats, if we get ones in there now, is the worst we've ever had.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't saying it 'cause he's black now.
No,
I know. It's not a race thing at all. No.
But he's just. He just don't know what he's doing.
He's a good politician.
Yeah, but
That's it.
He's smooth talking Barry. That's his name, man.
smooth talking Barry Obama. Yeah.
To me, I get a lot of crap for saying this. I think Obama is a worse president than George Bush was.
Well,
just because George Bush was openly full of crap,
Well, listen,
where
here's
Obama
what
is
they
like,
compare.
"Oh, I'm trying to pull one over you."
See, they tried to do the same thing as Jimmy Carter. Back then, they had the same mindset. Everything he tried, if it was good or bad, either one, they made an ass out of it.
Right.
They wouldn't let him do that.
No.
And Obama has come out worse than Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Which is strange to think about. Also, we got Billy Beer of Jimmy Carter, though.
Yeah, that's the only good
That's a
thing.
positive.
Yeah, poor old Billy, he died. He had a gas station.
You think he was an alcoholic?
No. He just wanted the brewery to make some money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is Clear Channel, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Clear Channel. So yeah, so working with the Polish, I mean, I'm assuming anytime you had any type of complaint about how bad you got it, I'm assuming they had it a little worse.
But I tell you what, there's strong union.
Strong Union still there.
Yes, sir. They believe in that union.
Yeah, because this is, I don't know, this is values. This is strong morals when you have.
What I started to tell you, I took them every time Christmas party. I take them. We get the gifts, and he always let you come over to the little place in North Hammond. They know that he was a Polak. Come on in here now. We're going to treat you. Go in there, sometime drink a beer or maybe a shot of whiskey. They sat there all night. If you didn't get them up, they wasn't no worry about going home.
So
Yeah, no, I'll tell you something. They talk about Polish people. Polish people are some of the nicest people. The Greeks are.
they have good sausage.
They got good food and they share it too. When they got it, they want everybody to have it.
When me and old Leo worked overtime, sometimes he'd bring me an extra sandwich. I got us something here we eat, and after a while, son of a gun, he said, we eat. And he'd bring me a sandwich. Sometimes I'd take him a sandwich. And he went down to Kentucky in that new GTO, and he brought back some of that good pork sausage.
Ooh.
You know how he eat it?
Yeah, listen to this guy.
How do you eat that?
He made a patty, two slices of bread.
You know,
He didn't cook that shit.
they didn't believe in cooking sausage.
So they just ate raw sausage after it's been processed and shit?
I'm assuming it's a good way to. You can also tell how it was raised by doing it that way too.
John Zasik would go over to the poultry place over, and he liked a duck. He'd get a duck for holidays. He'd save the blood, have the guy to kill it, and get the blood. He used that blood to make duck soup.
Now, I tell you, Mike was telling me somebody had him try a bite of some soup. Didn't know what it was, so after he said it was delicious. Blood soup.
Because that's why people get rare steaks. Because, like I said, that's how you can tell how well maintained the animals were.
Well, I tell you what. Now, I like my meat half done, bloody, but not no more.
No,
There's so many.
you're lucky you don't die if you eat it cooked.
Yeah.
Right, because so many diseases. I mean, it's just a sign of the times. Because Peppo, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds weird saying this, but when he's growing up, did they push and did they process their milk cows like they do now? They push milk cows and dairy
Well,
cows as meat. I mean,
dairy cows are made for milk, and they didn't raise them to make meat out of it.
because that's what they're doing
They're
now.
doing that now because they can't afford to. They're not when there's a drought and they can't feed the cattle. They'll sell off their sick animals.
Well, you see how they keep them milk.
Well, really, I
Like a
guess you
calf.
get more healthier meat out of a dairy cow than you would,
Yeah, probably.
or if they sell the milk. They have to keep that cow in shape.
We notice all the milk that we get is the same. It's water. It's,
You don't get them.
Red cap's not the same. I know you know. I saw a gallon of blue cap in there. We got them both back
same
to back.
thing.
Ain't much
Same
difference in them.
No. Because the whole selling point of drinking red cap is it's a full flavor,
It's whole milk. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also it makes your spit thick.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that anymore.
No.
No,
They're thinning it down. More money.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the dairy farmer don't make all that much. He makes so much a pound off of it. The middleman's the one that does it, and they process it, and they'll probably take a gallon of whole milk and make 4 gallons.
That's true.
Mm.
Dilute and put a cap on it.
Yeah.
No one's really gonna. Like I said, no one's gonna say anything about it.
As long as people just keep their heads in the sand on everything, that's how it's going to be. But good luck trying to wake people up to anything.
But here's the thing: they talk about California dairy. Think about the fallout and stuff they're getting off of Japan over off that nuclear plant. Now, that's gonna-
washing up on
the
the
Yeah.
seas there.
Yeah, that blows my mind. That no one's talking about that.
But they're claiming every day we get a little bit more. It's even far. They found it as far as Ohio and some parts of Kentucky is radiation.
Well, I also read somewhere that TVA and several other nuclear plants have been leaking all this time, and they haven't done nothing to fix it.
Have you heard anything about that?
But I wouldn't doubt it.
I think it's the
Listen, let me tell you boys something. Well, Alan knows it, and y'all do too. We just hear what they want us to hear.
Yep.
Bad news don't never hit the TV.
No, because the rich people and stuff that owns these power plants, besides TVA and all, know they got a short shelf. The life of them
Shelf life. Yeah.
is short.
Yeah.
40 years top, and all of them is getting in the 50s and 60s, and all that technology. Now, it's done too late for that. What are they going to do with it?
Yeah. Yeah. Bad news
You
doesn't
can't
sell
bury it.
well.
You
Well-
put concrete around it, but it's still going to leak.
Yep.
I want to tell you about people. Well, the Bible says man must destroy himself.
Yeah, I believe that.
And
Like
that
this, Bob, we're going to see what.
well, yeah, but what I'm trying to get that loud, the people do it. Just like these nuclear plants and everything, they figured on how to make them, but they didn't know what they're going. They didn't give it a thought what they're going to do with the waste.
Well, see, that's like a
Right.
monster out of control,
Yeah.
man.
They can put it in barrels. You can put it in anything, but someday it'll come out of a barrel.
You're
Yeah,
right,
that's
some
right.
idiot
It ain't no metal gonna hold stuff lifetime.
Ain't no plastic.
No.
And then you have to worry about
It gets old and crap.
natural disasters. What
It's
if a
gonna-
tornado decided
it's
to
gonna
blow
leak.
through it?
That's right.
Earthquakes, especially
Earthquake is the
earthquakes.
main thing. I'll tell you about that. The earthquakes, from where they start, they come moving. Every time they're a little closer
There's a
to
whole
the East
plate
Coast.
that's moving, and that's dangerous.
Well-
It's all
you know.
coming east.
Well, now see, wherever they're storing this stuff is they when they built the plant,
Yeah.
they didn't give it a thought. The engineer, I can do that. Yeah, I can do. That's just like American Steel. We've got some steel in along this house here. That-
One longer than this house. This is 80, 90 foot long.
You remember it? And the engineers made a thing for us to put a chain on it to pick it up with. They brought it over here,
You had to be balanced.
and I looked at it. I said, that won't work. Oh, yeah. I said, we checked everything by the Texas Instrument. That's what they
Oh,
called
of
it.
course.
Okay. Yeah.
And I said, that thing bend like a bow. I said, it ain't gonna hold on 10 ton.
You gotta get the weight.
Yeah, you
balanced.
gotta
Oh.
have a counterweight for that.
Yeah, we'll get it. The Big boss come over, I took it out and let it down, hooked it up, I bounced it right like it's supposed to be. I started raising it up. I was going to just let her break. I got out of the way, had remote control. Hold it. I like this dumb. I said, what's wrong? It's bending. I said, what did I tell you before we ever hooked it up? I said, common sense teach you. Shit, you can bend a tree if you can get enough weight on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They took it back over and worked on it. They finally got it where it worked, but that engineer, he thought he was
Hot stuff.
he gonna get a feather in his hat the first time, it's gonna work. Shit.
Oh yeah, but see, I guess back to the common sense thing. It's just like you can be the most intelligent guy in the world, but you don't have common sense, you can't do nothing.
Yeah,
You
you
can
got it.
have all the book sense you want, but if you never tried it or done it,
They had a making wooden boxes, 4 pieces, put them together, and they had me doing it. They brought 2 guys over there, they couldn't do it. I went over by myself. I didn't tell them. I went down there and got the 2 spring doors for the screen door.
Yeah.
Hooks on them, just put them together and hook it. Held good,
keep it flop.
Yeah.
Then I banded them up. They didn't know what to think about that. I got $25 for that.
Oh, jeez.
That's $25 richer.
Probably worth a lot more than that, but it's what you got, right?
He's
Ingenuity.
got the patent on it. They got stole the patent on
Well,
Yes.
patent clerks, that's how Einstein made it. Or Edison, was it? Or no, it's Einstein.
Yeah, it was Einstein.
I tell you what, most of these engineers don't know nothing about doing that
it. No, they
No.
see it in the
Well,
book.
Papaw and I.
You can't operate on a book.
No, you can't teach experience.
No, you can't teach experience at all.
Oh yeah, Dan O'Brien. They're going. We're at that's the tail end of Raw now.
Did
Dan
they-
O'Brien's going to be going off for a neck surgery apparently, and apparently Kane has injured him to the point where he is not going to be able.
Whatever it
To
takes
return.
to get them off TV. Whatever
Yeah.
Triple H is saying in the board meeting.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I bet he don't even go to the hospital.
No,
They think you're out there to smoke a big hooter. Hell yeah.
but to be talking realistically here though, Dan O'Brien has had a terrible time though in real life because his dad died after he
Yeah.
won the title. He just got married.
Yeah.
Well, you know that he didn't have no sense then. He just got
Now, and the Make-A-Wish kid that he hung out with before WrestleMania, he died.
He died, yeah.
Yep. Those are
Yeah.
all kinds of real life stuff.
Never
going on.
underestimate McMahon's shadowy
That girl there,
ways.
Yeah.
It's
Peppa,
not-
what's your opinion of Vince McMahon?
He's a good man. They're doing a lot of good for people. But he comes on there, he's a good actor.
Right.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I heard
That's
about
about
the
it.
good stuff he does in here. It's a total idiot. I said
Yeah.
when he's on TV, he's a total asshole.
Yeah.
See,
He's just trying to keep his everything up, but they're going down.
oh yeah.
A few
the
more
overall
years,
feeling.
that'd be off. We don't see that. Only
That's
thing
what
is,
I've been saying for a while.
only thing you see is television. You have a tape of it,
Yeah.
of it wrestling.
Yep. In a way, I kind of wish it does go that way because wrestling's gotten so bad.
It's
Shit,
pretty
I got
bad.
some tapes over, some for 8-track.
Yeah.
Might as well be
You can still get them, can't you?
Yeah, I think so.
okay.
Well, I got to do a little digging, but
Yeah,
you can
you
get
have to do
them
a little digging, yeah.
because
Shit, I got some bloody tapes over them wrestlers.
I thought you were going to drag out some corn. That's bloody corn asshole.
the USWA and the old WCW stuff is what I'm really interested in.
Yeah, that was good times, man.
Like talking about when Flair was still doing his thing and the Andersons.
Those 4 horsemen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They was good.
that was a heyday.
Yeah. I guess the world's just moved on that much, man. It's just ran its course. Pro wrestling has, I guess.
Well, everybody was in high gear, man. It's in their coke, going crazy.
Yeah.
And they stopped one day and looked around. Everything was going pass them by, and they stopped.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
guess.
just like over here at Pogue's big deal. That's just his name.
You don't know shit.
Keep Dr. Givens up there every day working on him. He's about to lose his mind, what I heard.
Really?
Given, they didn't even practice better.
Well, he's doctoring Pogue, I think.
So we're talking about Mark Pogue here? How old is he now, you think?
Hell, he is
Shit.
old time.
We took him home
Well,
once so drunk he couldn't
drunk,
walk.
You get him down there in Central City, pour me and your mom buried, let him sleep it off.
So he's a drunken back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah, he was drunk. We'd turn Cindy loose on him. She'd lure him out with her pussy and we'd bring him home. What did I do? I mean, he's a good old boy. He's an old country boy.
I guess we're
All
going
he
to take a small
did-
break. A
I
special
guess-
edition of the Oddcast.
I guess since Raw's turning up.
We're going to do any commercials tonight.
I guess we
anything?
can just slowly go it out here. I guess we can pause it and get Pepal's have a sign off, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we're going to have
We're
a
about to wrap
commercial on,
things up here with
Tex
Pepal.
Allen's
Pepal,
condom
any
repair.
last words or
Blow it,
parting
he'll
thoughts
fix
for
it.
everyone out there?
No, I was hoping around here another 80 more years we'll figure it all out.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully by then.
You boys be old enough to vote by then, won't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Shoot, I don't know, man. We'll probably be still in the same boat.
Well, as long as
For all
it
we
don't
know.
sink.
Yeah, as long
That's
as it
true.
don't sink, yeah.
It's like the old guy. It's a gas station. I told you that, didn't I?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Guy had a brother. He'd take his boat and go out in the cornfield, cast like he's fishing. So his brother run the gas station. So this guy come in and got gas. He looked over. He said, "What's wrong with that guy?" He said, "That's my brother." Said he ain't quite right. Said he goes out there fishing every morning. Stays all day. Said after I close up, I'll get in the boat and go out there and get him. So the one running the station was much smarter, was he?
No, I guess not.
Did you catch on?
Yeah, because they're both. I guess that both the leads were actually on the water.
Yeah.
You know. Well, Pepal, it's been a pleasure having you on the Oddcast, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it's been fine.
Yeah, all the other ones, yeah, it's pretty. This is stark different. We're usually dick and fart jokes and,
You're talking about wrestling.
wrestling and music. And
Well, I could tell you another little joke, I guess, for it.
okay.
All right.
There's two guys in the tavern. One bet the other $10 he could do more push-ups than he could. I probably done told y'all that.
This is a good one, though.
That's a good one.
So for one guy down there, boy, he was good at it. This old boy thought, well, I best slip out the door here. Said, he done got my money. So while he was going up and down, the guy slipped out the door. Another old drunk guy come over and looked over at him, patted him on the back, said, "Hey, buddy, you can get up now. She's done gone."
Man,
Yes.
the classics.
Yeah, that one kind of creeps up on you, though.
Yeah, it
man.
does.
Take you a little while.
All right, man. I guess we'll close her out and
Go on.
do it to it.